Okay, today I am going to discuss the last part of your evolution chapter, that is species and speciation. Now there are several concepts of species. The first one is biological species concept. The biological species concept defines a species as a member of population that actually or potentially interbreed in nature, not according to similarity of appearance. This concept emphasizes that a species is an evolutionary unit. Members share gene with other member of their species and not with the member of other species. The second one is phenetic species concept. According to this, it is a set of organisms that are phenotypically similar and that look different from other set of organisms. According to this concept, phenotypic similarity is all that matter in recognizing separate species. For example, if two frogs look same even though they are prevented from mating with each other, they would be considered the same species according to the phenetic species concept. Phylogenetic species concept, according to this, it is a lineage evolving separately from others and with its own evolutionary role and tendencies. Evolutionary lineage, often conventionally represented in tree-like diagram called cladogram. Now, the speciation. Speciation is a lineage splitting event that produces two or more separate species. It occurs when gene flow is reduced sufficiently between sister population to allow each to become irrevocably committed to different evolutionary lineages. When gene flow between population is reduced or absent, the population may diverge to the point that members of one populations are no longer able to interbreed successfully with members of the other. Moreover, when population reach the point where they are reproductively isolated from one another, they have become different species according to the biological species concept. The genetic changes that result in reproductive isolation between or among populations and that lead to the formation of new species are examples of macroevolution. Now, example of speciation. Diane Dodd and her colleagues studied the evolution of digestive physiology in Drosophila pseudo-obscura. They collected flies from a wild population and established separate laboratory population by raising one group on starch based medium and other on the maltose based medium. After several months of evolution by natural selection, both the populations were adapted to their artificial diet and began to thrive. A series of mating experiments between these two populations were carried out. For each trial, 48 flies were placed in a bottle. 12 males, 12 females from starch adapted population and 12 males and 12 females from the maltose adapted population. The researcher then noted that roughly 600 of the 900 mating observed were between the same populations. From the table, it has been clear that the starch adapted female and starch adapted males mating is 290, whereas the starch adapted females and maltose adapted males mating number is 153 only. Similarly, the maltose adapted females and the maltose adapted male has a mating number of 312, which is very high from the maltose adapted female and starch adapted male mating numbers of 149. So from here we can say that the new species have been originated. Now the overall among the most important mechanisms of speciation is the reproductive isolation. The biological barriers that prevent or reduce the interbreeding between populations are called reproductive isolating mechanism. This mechanism may be ecological, behavioral, seasonal, mechanical, or physiological. Now, pre-zygotic isolating mechanism prevent the individual from mating in the first place. Individuals from different populations may not find each other at the right time, may not recognize each other as suitable mates. Ecological isolation, that is species occupy different habitats. Temporal isolation, species breed at different times. Behavioral isolation, species engage in distinct mating rituals. Mechanical isolation, that is interbreeding is prevented by structural or molecular blockage of the formation of the zygote, etc. are the several pre-zygotic isolating mechanism. That is, the pre-zygotic means the previously of the formation of the zygote. Now, the post-zygotic isolating mechanisms are those in which hybrid zygotes failed, developed abnormally, or cannot self-reproduce and establish viable population in nature. So, these are the mechanisms of reproductive isolation that leads to the formation of a new species or speciation event. Now, there are several types of speciation. The first one is allopatric speciation. Allios means other and patria means native land. So in this type of species formation, a part of the population becomes geographically isolated from the main population. The population become entirely separated and finally constitute a new species. Thus, geographic isolation brings about allopatric speciation. An important example of the type of speciation is formation of Darwin finches that formed separate species in Galapagos Island. So in allopatric speciation, the main driving force is geographical barrier. If a geographical barrier, it may be mountain range, river, sea, etc. If it is placed between the two species then gradually reproductively isolated and new species develop. So that is the allopatric speciation. That means the geographic isolation leads to the formation of new species. The second one is the peripatric speciation. When small group of individuals break off from the larger group and from a new species, this is called the peripatric speciation. As in allopatric speciation, physical barrier make it possible for member of the group to interbreed with one another. The main difference between allopatric speciation and peripatric speciation is that in peripatric speciation, one group is much smaller than the other. Unique characteristics of the small groups are passed on the future generation of the group, making those traits more common among that group and distinguishing it from the others. That means a geographic isolation still occurring here but at the periphery. So that is known as the peripatric speciation. Now the sympatric speciation, that sim means together and patria means native land. In this type of species formation, a small segments of the original population become isolated reproductively. As the isolating mechanism come into force, a new subspecies emerges. In due course of time, a new species is formed. The sympatric speciation is the formation of species within a single population without geographical isolation. The reproductive isolation brings about sympatric speciation, that is, the genetic polymorphism occurring in a same population without geographic barrier causes the reproductive isolation and leads to the formation of new species, that is the speciation. Now, here is a good example of sympatric speciation. An example of sympatric speciations are of the apple maggot flies. These flies only mated on the hawthorn trees, but after apple trees were introduced into the North America, they began to mate on the apple tree as well. Generally, the apple maggot flies that generally mated on the hawthorn tree started mating on the apple tree as well. The sympatric speciation occurred and new species were formed when the species of the apple maggot flies needed only on their respective trees, even they are not geographically isolated, and also if their adult population looked identical. Now the fourth one is parapatric speciation. It separates adjacent population. Parapatric speciation takes place when a population of species enter a new niche or habitat. It occurs only at the edge of the parent species range. Although there is no physical barrier between these populations, yet the occupancy of the new niche results as a barrier to gene flow between the population of new niche. Two species are produced due to reproductive isolation from single one. That is, original population divergence across across hybrid zone, and there is a speciation, and this speciation is occur because of the formation of new niche or habitat within a particular population. Here is an example. We may be observing the first step of parapatric speciation in the grass of species known as Anthoxanthum odoratum. Some of these plants live near the mines where the soil has become contaminated with heavy metals. The plants around the mines have experienced natural selection for genotypes that are tolerant of heavy metals. Meanwhile, neighboring plants that do not live in polluted soil have not undergone selection for this trait. The two types of plant are close enough that tolerant and non-tolerant individual could potentially fertilize each other. So they seem to meet the first requirement of parapatric speciation, that of continuous population. However, the two types of plant have evolved different flowering times. These changes could be the first step in cutting off gene flow entirely between the two groups. So here is a comparison between the several type of speciation. In allopatric speciation, geographical barrier formation is there. In parapatric formation, is a partial spatial isolation due to the new ecological niche or habitat. In sympatric speciation occur due to the genetic polymorphism. In peripatric speciation is occur at the periphery of the isolation of population at the periphery. So that is the peripatric speciation. Okay, that's all. Thank you.